Yo, what up? What up? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing. Back at you with another one. More words between Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. This time we got some words from David Benavidez. Let's check it out.
We asked him, you guys share management. You guys have people in common that you work with to make fights happen. What is the root of the animus? He says the root is that with the daughter. For you on your side, why don't you like him? What's the root of it for you?
I just don't like him. I don't like him as a person. I don't like him as a fighter. I don't think that he thinks that. I don't like how he thinks that he's the best super middleweight in the world. He's not. It's just that's just basically it. I don't like him, and he doesn't like me.
He had a lot of things to say. In addition to him alleging that you said things about his daughter, he also alleges there was an incident where people walked up to him in the gym and tried to intimidate him, and he was either by himself. And we just want your side.
Caleb Plant, he's just like he's a person that thinks he's the shit. He has a loud mouth. He does all this shit, clout. And he's just a bitch. That's what he is. Bottom line, he's just a bitch. I don't like him. He doesn't like me. I want to fight him, and he wants to fight me. That's it. But he doesn't want to make these fights happen. We could have made this fight happen now. He could come on here and he could cry. He could say all the things he wants to say. But he talks a lot of shit himself. I don't like him as a person, and he doesn't like me, and that's it. That's bottom line.
We did ask Caleb Plant that there was allegedly a fight that was proposed for you both to fight in September of 2022. He said that you and your team declined the fight. And when we asked your father, he said did he say there was no fight, I believe? I can't remember. But was there a fight planned?
So he said that I declined the fight for September.
There was allegedly a fight, and he said if there was supposed to be a fight, we had the same manager, we had the same team, or even your father or Luis de Cuba is both of your managers, so you guys could have made the fight, but your father...
To me, it doesn't make no sense. Say he's coming back, he's trying to search for greatness, he's trying to be the best he is. If I'm fighting for the WBC interim title, why wouldn't he take that opportunity to fight for that belt himself? I'm sure the WBC would love to sanction that fight. Instead of me and David Lemieux, why not make it me versus Caleb Plant with the WBC interim title? I'm the one fighting for it. It just doesn't make sense. Why would I turn a fight like that down when I've been trying to get that fight for a long time? I could have fought Caleb Plant when Caleb Plant fought Caleb Truex. We had the same. We fought like a month apart. You know what I mean?
More words. Now, that was a recent interview from David Benavidez. Definitely with the best women's boxing show, period. Subscribe to them. A very good interview. They actually did one with Caleb Plant about 2 weeks ago. My thing is, bro, man, listen. We live in a time where guys can be in the same weight class or around the same weight class, and we have to view it as a fantasy fight. How long have we been talking about this? Him and Caleb Plant, we've been talking about this for a while. All right, now I get it. Caleb Plant is coming off of a Canelo Alvarez loss. I'm not mad at him fighting Anthony Durrell. I'm not mad at him at all for that. You definitely want to, David Benavidez is not a fighter that you want to come back off of a loss and fight. I can understand that. David Benavidez is fighting David Lemieux for the WBC interim belt. Okay, I'm not mad at that fight. I actually think that makes for a very exciting fight with David Lemieux being a hard hitter and David Benavidez being a hard hitter, and it's gonna be here in Phoenix, so I'm gonna go to that. So I'm not mad at either of those fights. I'm not. Okay, but here's the thing: at what point are they gonna fight? All right, as a fan, I got love for both of them. All right, knowing Caleb playing in the amateurs. I met David Benavidez out here. Like that, both of them are cool, bro. They're cool. All right. Caleb Plant seems to have a lot more enemies in boxing, But Caleb Plant, he clearly made it. He clearly stated, I don't have friends I don't make friends in boxing or in my weight class, and it's nothing wrong with that. That's a great mentality to have. You don't got friends, so it ain't it's open season for anybody. All right. But the thing is, bro, we need that fight. We need this fight. But this fight has been in the works since like 2018. All right, it's time that these guys fight each other. I think the fight should happen this year. It could happen this year should both guys get past their opponents. David Benavidez and then they because it was rumored that David Benavidez they tried to offer a fight with Caleb Plant in September. I don't know, bro. It's no way that you can really prove either fighter wrong. Both of them have the same. Both of them were with the PBC. Both of them had the same manager. Cuba. I can't think of his name. Luis de Cuba or whatever. They need to just make the fight happen. This is a great fight. Stylistically, it's a great fight. And at one point, I really felt like, man, it would have been on fire, bro. Like when Caleb had the IBF, David Benavidez had the WBC. Both fighters being undefeated. Both them unifying at 168. And they don't like each other. Like, you couldn't ask for a better fight. But, chasing Canelo, now Canelo has all the belts. But I definitely like the attitude of David Benavidez saying, like, bro, we gotta put I have to put myself in a position to where Canelo has to see me. And I appreciate that. Because all these guys now, and I'm not talking about Caleb, but I'm saying though, all these guys are like chasing Canelo. And they're not even fighting anybody like worth noting because they're so infatuated with getting a Canelo fight. And I understand that you want that payday, and as a fighter, you deserve a big payday. But I'm just saying, bro, put yourself in a position to where Canelo has to fight you. It was just like the Amir Khan situation with Floyd. Amir Khan constantly calling Floyd out, but Amir Khan did not put himself in a position to where Floyd had to see him. The biggest name that Amir Khan fought at 147 was either Devin Alexander, who had already lost to Sean Porter, or Luis Collazo, who is a veteran but is not a big name. None of those names are big enough to warrant a Mayweather fight or put yourself in a situation where Mayweather had to fight Amir Khan. And he got desperate and fought Canelo. And that's what I'm saying about these guys, bro. Like, they need to stop being stop chasing Canelo and put yourself in a position where Canelo has to see you. It's as simple as that. I would love to see David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. I would love to see David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is moving up to 168. Okay. If Jamal Charlo was to move up to 168, I would love to see that. All right, I would love to see Jamal Charlo if versus Demetrius Andrade at 160 or whatever. I'd love to see Jamal Charlo if he moved up to 168 fight Caleb Plant. Like, all these guys, I mean, or David Benavidez versus Caleb Smith, or I don't know. I guess Billy Joe Saunders is out, but you got Danny Jacobs right there in the mix. I mean, I know he's coming off of a loss, but many people thought that he won. So, I mean, I think that these guys got to fight each other, man. These guys have to fight each other, and it's sad because we live into a time where it's like, bro, just talking about these fighters in the same weight class is like a fantasy matchup. And I mean, they shouldn't be like that. If they in the same weight class, we should be able to get that fight. And it's like, we hear the typical, well, it's a business, and right now, we're looking to do big things and stuff, such and this, that. But we hear everything, but yeah, that fight. I want that fight, but we hear everything. We as the boxing fans hear everything, but that fight is being finalized, or we're in the talks right now. We don't hear that because it's like, and it's irritating, man. It's like, oh my goodness, bro, we missed out on so many big fights, bro. Like Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, like Jermell Charlo versus Jared Hurd, Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. That was supposed to be the hot fight at 147 at one point, bro. Like, man, let's not miss out on this, bro. All right, I really want these two to fight. I would have preferred them fight when both of them were undefeated champions. But whatever, bro. Like, this is boxing. We got to take what we can get, I guess, So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think will win in the fight between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant? Who do you think is to blame for the fight not happening? Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?